Hello everyone. How's everyone today? Welcome to the Dirt Road Farmer. Well, we took another step forward today. In the last video, we harvested and replanted the last field that we owned, and it appears that it's time for us to buy another field, in which we did. Yes. We bought a field that is 2,844 acres worth. Now that's a lot of field. 2,844 acres. This field has been plowed, and probably a third of it has been fertilized 100%. It doesn't make any sense to me why it would be fertilized 100% and it's in the plowed state. That doesn't make any sense to me, but if we bring up the HUD, it is field 11 right here. It's saving the content right now. Okay, if you see my mouse cursor, this is the field that we bought. And as you can see, about a third of it has been fertilized. And it is fertilized 100%. This side has not been fertilized at all. It has zero fertilizer on it. So we're starting to fertilize it right now. And as you can see, it is a lighter shade blue than what this is. This is 100% fertilized. This will be 50%. So it's going to take us a while. I'm going to get another tractor up here, and I'm going to start right here and have him come back this way to meet this fertilizer spreader, because there's no sense in wasting any money. I mean, we can't do that. So you're talking about a lot of ground right there. This right here alone is probably 500 acres maybe. Yeah, we can't waste fertilizer on 500 acres. We don't need it. So we're going to let this guy go, and as you can see how big this field is, he's moving. And I mean, he's fertilizing right now, and it's going to take forever. So we're going to get another one up here, have him start right here, and work his way back that way. So, and you think this is something? Wait until we start harvesting. Now, we can only hope that Courseplay will take multiple vehicles in the field by the time that happens. So anyway, we're going to let this guy continue on, and we're going to go get another spreader, and we'll get right back with you. All right, we've got the second tractor up here. Yes, this field is what you might call huge. We're going to jump out, and if you can see or tell, on the right hand side of the screen at the bottom, excuse me, I'm sorry, we have 0% fertilizer. Now if we walk this way, As you can see, it doesn't take long before we get to 100%. Well, I'm going to start this guy off here so we don't have any gaps in the field. And he'll work his way down toward the other tractor, which is going to take quite some time. So, yeah, look what we've gotten ourselves into. Now, if you look over on the other side of the planter there, you can see where the ground changes colors. All right, that is where the 100% fertilizer and our fertilizer is meeting. So we're going to just go ahead and let this guy continue. And like I said, it's gonna take a while. And but they do sling quite a width. And once this guy gets his first pass done, then he'll start making quite a bit of headway. But I've got to stay with him and make sure he turns the right way at the other side of this field. So anyway, we're off and should I say we're off and running? Yeah. Boy, have we stepped in it this time. Man, this is huge. And like I say, as far as spreading fertilizer, okay, now you can see, if you remember the HUD had a step in it where they had just stopped fertilizing right there. And so now this is all we're getting done right now. But whenever he turns around down here and he gets started in the right direction, he'll be spreading a full width then. So, all right, we're going to let him get going and continue. All right. Well, this guy is the first one that I started, and he has went to the other side of the field and come back, and now he's starting his second round. If that gives you some idea of how big this field is. Yeah, yes, it is a monster. What I think we will do is that first third of the field up there at the top side, it's already 100% fertilized. So I think we would be, being we don't know if this field, we don't know if it was mulched before they plowed it. We don't know anything like that. So what I think we had better do is take the cultivators up there, and we are going to have to cultivate this whole field because it's in a plowed state now and it has zero fertilizer. We have to change the ground texture in order to add another layer of fertilizer to get to our 100%. So it's going to have to be cultivated. That'll change the ground. So I think while these guys are fertilizing, and they're going to be here for a while, I think we'll just go down and we're going to get our cultivators and get them started up on the top side of this field and let them start cultivating. All right, we went back and picked up a cultivator. Yes. This is going to be quite an adventure here. I don't know. You know, you think about this. 2,800 acres. That's you know, that's almost as big as some people's farms, the whole farm, and this is one field. And I think the map maker said it was it was 1,100. I think it was 1,151.301, something like that, hectares. And that's hectares. Well, hectares is converted over to acres. And I just converted over 1,151 hectares, and that equals 2,844 acres. So, yes. Anyway, we've got one guy started, and I've got two more tractors, two more of these Case quad tracks at the farm, with two more cultivators. So I think we'll get them up here because we're going to need them. And and we'll just start getting this field whipped into shape to be planted. So anyway, I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. You can't even see the end of the field down there. So yes, it's huge. So whenever we get this field planted, we can say that we have prepared and planted a huge field. Big, big, big farming. All right, well, we started our second cultivator, and we started him where we started our second fertilizer spreader. There's no way that he'll catch that fertilizer spreader. No way. Our other cultivator is up at the top of the field. Yes, you can't even see the end of the field. He'll be working his way back toward this one, but this one will be working his way on down. So yes, I don't even know what to say about this. And to be quite honest with you, this is the largest field that I have done on Farming Simulator. So maybe we're all going to learn something on this one. Yeah, I think maybe that something might be, what were you thinking? But anyway, just because it's big doesn't change anything as far as the way you prepare it and the way you plant it and the way you harvest it. You know, you still got these steps that you've got to go through to get it up to where you want it to be. We want it to be 100% fertilized, and we want it to be 98% yield bonus. However, we bought this field in this particular state. It's plowed. Some of it's fertilized 100%. The other part of it, 2/3 of it, is 0% fertilizer. So we don't know on this first planting, we don't know what we're going to end up with. What we do know is we're going to go through the steps, and we're going to take every step that we can to ensure that we get the best outcome that we can. So that way we will get a decent harvest, a decent yield. We just may not get where we want to be because we don't know if this field was mulched before they plowed it. We don't know. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to follow this guy to the end of the field because I got to make sure he turns the right way. And once I do that, then I'll go get the third cultivator and get him going in the field. And we'll have 5 tractors operating in this one field. And if you're in any given one of the tractors, you can't see another tractor around you. That gives you some idea how big and how massive this field is. So anyway, we'll go ahead and continue, and I'll get back with you whenever we make some kind of a change or if I add something. All right, well, we have got the third cultivator started in this field, and I normally do not set them up this way. However, with such a big field, they're not going to run into one another anytime soon. Now, the second cultivator that I started, he is coming back toward this cultivator. This cultivator will be going toward that cultivator. But it's going to be a long time before they meet in the middle. Our 2 tractors that we have spreading fertilizer, they're going to meet first. And it's still going to be a long time before they meet. So, and then our third cultivator, the one that we started, excuse me, at the far end of this field, he's coming back this way, so he'll only come back to where the second cultivator started, and he'll stop there. So you can see our other fertilizer spreader over there. That's the first time that we've seen another tractor in this field besides the one that we're in, and we have 5 of them in this field running. I'll give you some idea of how massive this field is. So yeah, we did it this time. Yeah, But it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. As far as yield, what will this field yield? I have no idea. Like I told you before, this is the largest field that I have done. The largest field that I have done was a little over 800 acres. This one is 2,000 more than that. 2,000 more. And in that field that I harvested, that was 800 acres, when I harvested it, I had 6 harvesters running at one time on course play, and I was chasing them with a grain cart. I had a truck running, hauling our grain from the buffer bin back to the yard silo, and he stayed busy. Everybody kept up. I will have to admit that the grain cart driver, he kind of fell short a few times and got behind, because that's a chore. I mean, that is a chore trying to keep up with that many. And like I said, this field is 2,000 acres bigger than that one. So, yes, it is going to be quite interesting. But anyway, we're going to continue on this field. We're going to keep tearing the soil up. We're going to keep fertilizing the soil. And when we get it all fertilized and we get it all cultivated, that's when we'll think about planting it. But I think planting it is going to be a different video. We're not even going to try to fit that one in here. So anyway, I'll get back with you when we get a little farther down the line. All right. We're working on it. This is the first fertilizer spreader that we started, and yes, that's where he started from, was over there. And give you some type of a scope on how big and massive this field is. Yes, I have no idea what to expect out of a harvest, out of a yield on this. I know it's going to be massive. Probably 3, maybe 4 trucks running, trying to haul our grain. So, and I don't know how many buffer bins we'll have. I don't know yet. I know we can't set one buffer bin up at either side of this field and expect to be able to keep up. There's no way. So I'll have to place buffer bins in various places and possibly add points to put them in order to keep up. So anyway, these guys have been working on this field. I've had 5 tractors in this field working for 2 hours, about 2.5 hours, and this is how far we've gotten, which you can't really tell any progress, but yes, they've been working non-stop. Now, if we pull up the HUD, okay, this is where our first, right here where my cursor's at, is where the first fertilizer spreader started, this is where he's at now. This is him. Okay. Over here is where our second fertilizer spreader started. And this is where he's at now. So they've got a long way to go still yet before they even get close to one another. Now, let's switch over to the growth. All right, our 3 cultivators. This is where the first one started off, down here. And this real light green, if you go up here, that's called a seed bed. All right, this is all the farther he's gone since we first started him. This is where the second one started, right here. Here's where he's at now. And the third one, he started here. And this is all the farther he is now. So, the field is massive. And it's commercial. This is a huge, huge field. However, if you look at the one next to us over here, yeah, it ain't near as big as that one. And then we have another one up here. Look at the size of that field. Oh, and then we have another one of these. Yes. And this is the one we're working on. So when I say fields are huge and massive, yes, they are huge and massive. These fields all in here is what we've been working on. That's why I said you can't call them huge fields. Now we're getting into the big, big fields. This one. All right. Well, as you can see, we're just going to keep these guys going. I don't know how long they're going to want to work, but they probably ain't going to get done with it tonight. So anyway, we'll let them keep on. We'll just keep tracking them. Make sure they don't run into one another, which they're not likely to for quite some time yet. So we'll get back with you as soon as they get a little closer. All right. Well, we added the third fertilizer spreader. I'd like to get this field at least fertilized this evening, tonight. And I think this guy will help them get it done. I'm not sure. You know, to give you some kind of an idea how big this field really is, downtown Dallas, Texas. Now, I said downtown Dallas, Texas is only 896 acres. That's right. It's 1.4 square miles downtown Dallas, Texas. And if you do the math on that, that is 896 acres. That's downtown Dallas, Texas. This field is 2,000 844 acres. So, yeah, that kind of puts it in perspective there. Now, the reason I emphasized, and I don't want nobody saying, oh, this man's crazy, I emphasized on downtown, not the Dallas, Texas area and counties. Downtown Dallas is what I'm talking about. But yes, it's huge. I'm hoping that these guys will finish at least fertilizing. But we'll let them run for a little while longer and see if we can make that happen. And if not, there's always tomorrow. And, you know, what they used to say, Rome wasn't built in a day. Well, you know, this is nowhere near the size of Rome, but yeah, you understand what I'm saying. We started, I don't know, about 2 o'clock, a little after 2 o'clock this evening. And yeah, we've been running on this for about 4 hours. And let's put it this way, we got farther to go than what we have come. If that makes any sense. But anyway, this is the farming that I love. This is big, big farming. And it's commercial. And yes, there will be a lot of grain come off of this field. So anyway, we're gonna let this guy go ahead and continue trying to help out, and and I'll get back with you. All right, these guys are working on getting this field fertilized, and they're gaining on it real well. I added the third spreader, and seems like it's helped a whole lot. Yeah, we're going to throw fertilizer on one another for just a minute there. But then this guy is, whenever he gets to the end of this pass here, I'll take him off and take him back to the farm, and these other guys, I'm sure, will finish it. If we bring up our HUD, I'll have to wait for it to load. Yes, you can see right here, this is the tractor that we're in. So we are completing that. I may take him and run him down this side to help this guy out. Cause it's wide, you see that little, and you know how wide we're spreading. So there you go. Yes, it's huge. So anyway, we'll go back, and like I say, I don't know if I will or I won't. Maybe I'll just let that guy finish his own pass over there, and we'll take this guy back to the farm. All right, well, these guys have sure done a great job today, and they have hung in there. They've been running 5 hours, and we're nowhere near having the field cultivated. I think what I'll do tomorrow is I'm going to look for a different style cultivator, and maybe one that pulls a little faster. I've got the three 9R series John Deere's down there that I usually pull planters with. I can pull 3 more in this field if I need to, for a total of 6. Anyway, we'll get the field done. We can pull the HUD up. We did get the field fertilized. Let's go the other way here. And you can see all this time that these cultivators have been running. The light green is all the farther. They've got the purple to go yet. So yes, we will get more of them in the field to help out. But it is a huge, huge field. So anyway, as for me, if you like this content, please go down there and give me a thumbs up, give me a like. I'd sure appreciate it. If you'd like to see more content like this, yeah, give me a subscribe. You never know what we're going to get into here. Like I said, I told you earlier what the size of downtown Dallas is. In this field, you can put 3 of those in here and still have a little room left over. So you never know what we're going to get into. This is big commercial farming. And I'm loving it. Anyway, as for me, the Dirt Road Farmer, I sure appreciate you being here. I sure appreciate you watching. And until tomorrow, thank you for watching.